So you've probably lost a job to a cheaper person, right? Somebody who's not licensed, not bonded. They just kind of go in, low bid, and they get the job, right? And that's extremely frustrating because you've got overhead, you've done everything the right way, you've got a team to pay, you've got bills to pay, and you're like, how the fuck are they getting things done at this price? It's kind of crazy, right? I work really closely with pool builders, and this is the complaint I hear all the time. And I look at them and I tell them, it's your fault. And it stings, it sucks, but it's our fault as an industry for not educating the homeowners more and helping them understand why going cheap isn't always best. A lot of people try to combat this by discounting their prices and trying to offer packages and things like that. And the hill that I'm willing to die on is that is a losing game. It's a race to the bottom, and if you're participating in that, you're part of the problem. What you need to do instead is build a brand based on authority and expertise. You want the homeowners to want to work with you because you're willing to show what happens when things go the wrong way, when people cut corners, when you go with an unlicensed builder. You want to be able to show those things and educate the homeowners. The more people that we can get to do that, the better the industry is going to be. But the problem is a lot of you guys, the really good builders who do things the right way, are hiding behind the brand instead of being out there actively educating and standing for something. And so in this video, my goal isn't to talk shit to you. Like, that's not my goal. My goal is to give you like a comprehensive step-by-step thing to understand why these guys are winning and what we can do to change it. Because nobody, like, if they always win, everyone else is gonna lose, and they're gonna lose eventually too. And then we don't have an industry. Like, it is a whole race to the bottom, and we can't have that. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna break down some of these things. The first thing is that these guys aren't better than you. So you need to understand that. The guys that are undercutting, that aren't licensed, like, they are not better than you. They're just louder than you. And what that means is that more people know they exist. And as a baseline, as a human, like, what we do is we always look at price, right? And so you've got, like, essentially, here's all your customers, right? I'm just gonna draw a person, but let's just draw heads. These are all of your customers here, okay? And they're all standing down here. And this is you with a megaphone. How do you draw a megaphone? Okay, this is you with a megaphone, kind of telling them about your business and what you do. But these guys, they're all the way up here, and they have a megaphone also, but they're doing it a little bit differently. And I think this is one of the key things, is they're not necessarily telling people about their business, but they're showing what they're doing. They're showing the process. Like, and this is why it's so frustrating, because you're putting ads into, that's supposed to be an arm. You're putting ads into promotions and things like that, promoting your business, and you're absolutely reaching them. But they're giving them the things that they want. They are giving them the things that they want. How these things work behind the scenes, the build, the process, like, this is what these guys are showing, and they're winning. And they're doing it at scale. They're doing it a lot more frequently and more consistently than you. A lot of the guys right here that I talk to, they're not even promoting shit. They're just relying on referrals and words of mouth, and that's great because those are easy customers to get. But it dries up. You can't always have that. Okay, so the thing you need to understand is, like, these guys aren't better than you, right? They're just louder than you. And so if, together we can come up with a comprehensive strategy where you can get up there on that level and talk about what you do, how you do it, answer these people's questions, make them trust you, you're gonna be able to move up and educate them at another level and kind of draw a separation between price and value, right? Because right now, most people are buying on price, and that's not good. And number two is back to what I said about this being your fault. The homeowners don't know the difference. You've been in the industry for 10, 20, maybe 30 years. You can't expect them to have the same level of knowledge as you do. You know how things work. You know how people can cut corners. You know how things can go wrong. You've seen it go wrong. You've probably fucked things up yourself, but you can't expect the homeowners to have lived that same experience, right? So the thing here is that this is your fault for not educating them and not telling them. The way marketing is going right now for most pool contractors, outdoor living guys, is that everyone is posting like a before and after, or even just an after. Like, hey, look at this awesome job we did for so-and-so. And if you're lucky, They'll post a before, but most of them are focused on the after. And guess what? The reality is every single person out there is going to have a nice looking after. That's like, I just want you to think about it. If you do shitty work 90% of the time, you're not going to post it. You're going to post the good stuff. That's what's going to help you sell jobs. And so you can't expect the homeowner to be able to look at your pictures, Bob's pictures, Tom's pictures, and actually make a decision on who's better and who does things the right way. Because when it's all said and done, even if you go and create a thin shell and you skimp on that and you use thinner pipes and you cut literally all the corners, the finished product is still going to look the same. Right? And so expecting the homeowner to know the difference based on that is impossible. And this is where you come in, educating them and letting them know what they should be looking for, the questions they should be asking so that they're confident that they're doing things the right way and that their builder's doing things the right way. Because if we can equip them with the knowledge, they're going to stop picking the wrong people and start picking the right people. Now, the third thing here is the race to the bottom. This is why this is so passionate for me, why I'm so passionate about this, and why you should be too. Like, this should piss you off and it should get you fired up, because the way things are going right now is like the average cost of things is going up, but the homeowner wants things to be coming down, and that's what they're looking for. And there are people out there saying, oh yeah, for sure, we can do it for $30,000. We can build you that for $30,000. They're gonna make $1,000. They're gonna barely make anything, but they're doing it just to sell jobs. And some of the companies that are doing this are the really big ones. Like, I'm not gonna name names, but the big ones that can afford to do it because they need to keep it afloat. And what this is doing is this is setting the expectation that this is possible. And so when the big company or the unlicensed guy just wants to get a job, they're gonna sell something at like 30 or 40 grand, while the people who do it the right way, the people who are good at what they do, who pay their employees what they're worth, who built a real business, they can't even touch that. They're like at 60 grand and they're scratching their head. Why the fuck are these people so cheap? Like, how are they doing it? And so they're trying to figure out, they're focused on the wrong things. They're trying to figure out, how can we get our prices down to this, instead of how can we increase our value so the customer's willing to pay this for the pool. And as a whole, my opinion is the industry should be focused on this, right? Because a pool is a luxury. Like, it's not, this is the weird part about the space, but it's not like, not everyone should have one. It's a luxury, and it's something that you're proud of, and it's something that you put in. It quits being a luxury when everyone can have one, and all of the businesses are going out of business to build them and just give people these things. Like, it's kind of like, I mean, I go across to the mall here in Scottsdale all the time, right? They've got Gucci, they've got Louis Vuitton, they've got Hermes or whatever. They've got all these things, right? Expensive as fuck, just for what it is. It's absolutely insane. And nobody's in the store because nobody can afford it. And the people who are in the store are affording it. And that's what gives them that value, like Rolex and things like that. If it was readily available to everybody, everyone would have it, and therefore it wouldn't be a luxury item. And what's happening, in my opinion, in the industry, what I'm seeing firsthand, is we're driving the prices down. We're making it so everyone can buy one because we want to make some money. And therefore, everyone has the expectation, well, everyone has it. It should be cheap. It should be affordable. Not, oh my God, I have to work to be able to afford this. I have to work to have a nice backyard, for my family and stuff. Like, to my opinion is that we should be moving more in that direction. It's a premium thing. It's not cheap to do it right. It's a nice thing. Like, one of my clients is building like a $500,000 backyard with a custom skull with a waterfall coming out of it and fire coming out of the eyes. Like, that's the shit that you should be selling. That's the stuff that is cool. And like, could everyone afford that? No. But should they aspire to afford something like that? Sure, they should work towards that, and it's not for everybody. So right now the industry is driving a race to the bottom, and it's really screwing things up. So what's the solution? The real builders need to step up, right? The guys that have done it the right way, that have a team to pay, that have done good work, that are consistent. You know the answers. You know what the homeowners need. And you probably, when you talk to them, you educate them. You absolutely do. But the problem is you're not able to talk to enough people because people are completely going off as soon as they see price. And we need to get this in their head before they even talk about price. So it's called the ACE method. I'm gonna write it this way. ACE framework. And this is authority in process, okay? Means showing your process, which positions you as the authority. If you show how you do things, why you do things, the behind the scenes, why you choose certain materials or why you choose certain things as you're building this, it builds trust and it gives you the opportunity to, which E is educate, gives you the opportunity to educate them, right, through this. But a lot of people hide behind the process because it doesn't look perfect. It's kind of messy. Like, I don't think anyone expects their shit to be completely perfect. You're driving backhoes, you know, back there. Like, it's not going to be perfect. So show it, talk about it, explain it. The C is consistency. Oh my gosh. Pretend I spelled that right. Consistency. Consistently showing up. You know, you're out there, you're showing up every day, you're making a video, you're talking about what you're doing, what you're working on, and some of those things you believe. Because 3 is educate. So if this framework, you follow this framework, the ACE framework, you're gonna show your process, authenticity in your process, you're gonna do it consistently, and you're gonna educate them. By doing these 3 things, you're helping the homeowner understand the things that they should know, the things that they should understand, the questions they should ask. So when somebody comes out who doesn't know what they're doing or doesn't do things the right way, your content has already educated the homeowner. But what really happens is by creating the stuff that educates them and shows up for them, they're gonna go with you 9 times out of 10. They feel connected to you, they trust your realness, and they wanna work with you. So when you put this method in place and you create stuff and you grab the mic, like you quit hiding behind the bullshit, you grab the mic, you get mad, and you put all this stuff out there, it's gonna be a game changer for you and your business. The problem is, you're invisible because you're not doing these things. And I guarantee if you start to do this, you start to speak up about it and educate instead of promote, your life's gonna get a lot easier, your business is gonna grow. I put a bunch of free videos like this on this channel, so if you're looking for how to be better, how to build a stronger brand and make more money, that's exactly what we do on this channel, so make sure you go check out all the videos. We'll see you guys in the next video.